Why is Kung Fu?
Yeah, because Kung Fu is inspiration, right? When people watch sports, they would like to watch something extremely difficult to reach. Like in the running, people want to see who runs most fast, am I right? In jumping, people want to see who jump highest. I always joke, I used to be. I said, why don't you say who jump the lowest? And then who run slowest, but persistent, right? The story of turtle and the rabbit, right? Turtle goes so slow, but you never give up. So that's Kung Fu. That's this way of life. That's the Tao. You just drink this tea every day. You say how many cups, how fast? I don't know. I'm just drinking, you know, right? You're like Scott was talking. He said, "Wow, I went to China 18 years. This is one of my students, you know, who really is hardcore in Chinese culture. 18 years." Of the interview, he said all the, authorities, linguists, and masters, and the doctors, nobody gave me this cup of tea, which I'm drinking every moment now, he said. Every moment, unless I'm going to sleep, he said. And it's so simple. Just drink tea, drink water, and stop eating animal and anything smelly. He said that's all he does now. Where he is, people consider him as a Zen master, right? Because he practiced this part at least. So that's Kung Fu. Yeah, takes time means Kung Fu. Yeah, takes time with patience, which eventually you don't call it patience. It's just a way of life, right? Because when you say I'm very patient with you, a boss has been very patient with you, that's still an issue, right? I still try to impose something on you. I'm still trying to be like a Gandhi to impact you, right? In Osho's comment. It's a way of life. So Kung Fu means just be. So it's a slow motion in this case, right? So that's where the nuclear power, the true power will come from. Which makes sense, when you break down everything to the smallest, like a nuclear bomb, is when it becomes smallest, the true power comes out, right? Yeah, neutrons. Yeah.
So you said Kung Fu means what? What are the two words? What do they mean?
Kung Fu means the time and patience you take, right? But you have to study modern science. Before Einstein came along, you guys know there's a guy called Newton. Newton was sitting under the apple tree one day, pooping, and then this apple just dropped, sprinkled the his own poop onto his tuchus. He turned around, he said, "Oh shit! What's caused this?" he said. And there's a voice. God said, "It's called gravity." Said, "Oh, gravity," right? So that's all he based on that. He invented a whole theory called gravity. And then for some 200 years or 300, I don't know, years, the whole West was based on Newton's theory called gravity, which go into this doomed thing like absolute, right? This tea is absolutely good, right? That's Newton theory governing us, and we became so righteous, right? My church is absolutely right, everything is absolute, right? This country is absolutely the best, all that thing. And then Einstein came. Einstein one day opened up this Buddha's book. It's called a Heart Sutra, the shortest Buddha's book. I could see him doing that. And he said, it's right there on the wall. This Heart Sutra is 226 words in Chinese. It says, this Puchisava named self-observance. Self-observance Puchisava was in deep prana for a long time. Suddenly he saw that everything is in different form of void. It's empty. Because only with empty, this cup only with empty you can create, right? And that moment he see that, all his suffering, his trouble, his confusion gone. He saw the cup, empty cup, right? His frustration of not being able to drink the tea, gone, because he said he has a cup, right? And then he started this conversation. He started teaching his student, talking about half is heaven, good is bad. Anyway, the whole Heart Sutra is going back forth, talking about warm is cold, good is bad, big is small, you know. Until he said, when you get this, then there's a sutra. Oh, there's a mantra for you. Say gate, gate, body gate, and liberated. You suddenly get this cold, basically, right? Because you are so empty, like a cup, like a house. Suddenly you get cold. The door opens by itself. So Einstein read that book. He said, wow, this is cool. But I want to present to people in a different way, in an equation. So he did that. E equals mc2, mc squared. Right? E means energy equals matter plus the times of
Speed of light.
Yeah, speed of light. So Einstein came totally shattered Newton's ship, right? Einstein said even that the apple drop could be many other reasons that apple drop, right? We can make the apple float, and now they prove you take the apple to the space shuttle. Hey, apple doesn't hit Newton's shit anymore, right? So Newton will be waiting there for another 2,000 years, waiting for his tuchus to get dirty, right? So that's where we are now. But who is after Einstein? We're yet to see, right? I thought it was Steve Jobs, but where is he now, right? So this whole thing about bring us back to this cup of tea, this Kung Fu tea, is no difference than following what Einstein started, and really through the improvement of our applied science and the material, basic material improvement, so we can create more and more containers and the microscope or whatever to show people, because more than human beings need to be shown, right? I say I love you, so you have to show me you give me this birthday cake yesterday, so you love me, right? Had you not given me this birthday cake, you don't love me, right? People need to be shown. That's why you can definitely see that. Say last year's Nobel Prize winners, 2 winners of physics, you know what they did? They invent a material. They're just like the pencil, the inside of pencil. Yeah, whatever that name. That thing is so strong. You spread out 1,000,000 times as thin as the thinnest thing you can find.
Graphite.
Yeah, graphite. But still, every dot on that material, you put a truckload full of weight and still holding it. So when we start apply the material to tea ceremony to create something, when somebody drink a cup of tea, to create that kind of power, and people would approve, say, oh, you mean just sit here, do this. Whatever I have intact in there would come out. I'll become light, right? I will be the real avatar, right? So, but we're taking a slow route because we are made as a human being in this lifetime to retrieve everything, every karma we have done in many, many lifetimes. We have to pay our debt. We have to clean this room square inch by square inch to really clean it well, because it's so dirty, right? There's no judgment, nothing negative about it. Your house is dirty, right? Your kitchen is dirty, right? And in order to clean that, you have to know where to start and find out why it's so dirty. So if you're not present, if you're not patient, even somebody told you, you don't believe in it. You're in and out your house, just in and out garage. You park your car because you came back too late. You jump into your bedroom, you sleep. You took a quick shower, you left, even though your whole bathroom is flooded with poop already. The plumbing was totally out, but you never even look at it because you're in a rush, right? Such is life. One day you came back home and you said, oh man, I really have to check out what's going on, right? But nobody told you. You've never learned as if where you take a shower is called a bathroom. Nobody ever told you that. That's the anatomy of the house. As if we were never taught our own physics, our own anatomy, right? George Washington was never taught by anybody. So he doesn't have to let the blood out. He just need to purify the blood within himself. Right? You just need to drink more water. As wise as a president, right? Or in this time, Steve Jobs, as wise as Steve Jobs. He should have been taught by somebody. Say that's the way your liver is still perfect as far as your life. Liver, look at the word. That's the way we can rebuild it without touching it, right? But instead, he was sold by the idea. So he cut out this bad guy, and let's go steal somebody else's liver and put it in there.
Liver can regenerate.
Anything can be regenerated, right? Liver regenerated most fast, actually. Another case, George Lucas had a car accident when he was very young. He was very thin, used to be. Then his liver was shattered to pieces, I tell you. But he was a lucky one. He didn't cut out his liver. The liver just multiplied, growth back so fast, right? Liver is the biggest organ, and it has the highest ability to regenerate.
So Jobs could have been saved by what? Early morning hot water, diet program?
Well, I mean, that I don't want to, that's too big statement to make. Job could have been saved by God, I can say, right? But God sent out messengers, but he never received the message, right? If anything, too big statement, let's live to the God, right? That's important, yeah, to the Creator, right? He's perfectly fine where he is now. We need to go there, right? So that's not the point. Because otherwise we're going to get into an argument with someone, right? That's not the point. We can never prove anything. You don't need to prove anything about it. Nobody. Just do it, right? This cup of tea you drink, this few cups of tea you drink this morning, you can't prove to nobody how does it taste, how it's doing for you. You see what I mean? Right? And you don't have to prove to him because he did the same thing. He did it even better than you do, maybe, right? So when we try to look around, try to help somebody, you try to help your mom, maybe you made it worse because you are not working your dharma at the moment, right? Which is the only way you can help. Is taking care of yourself to the highest possibility, potential, right? This is no difference than making money. Make it most the biggest amount of money, but do share it, right? So your life is your money. You make tons of money, then you can give your mom some. But now you don't even have nothing. To be realistic, right? So that's the message. But when everybody see them to have this way of life so sustainable, people start to see the hope, the beauty. That's when they start to share. Giving become receiving, right? That hasn't happened, right?
In this culture?
In this culture, I came here, I used to say, wow, people donate so much. No, they want to get tax write-off. I haven't received any fucking donation for all these rich people I've helped. I mean, I'm pissed, you see what I mean? But do I really need anything? Yeah, that guy left $100. It's a joke, right? So, I mean, come on, right? Come on. But whose fault is that, right? His upbringing. He was never told by anybody, taught in their behavior. His parents never show him this true generosity, this true abundance, which we are given, no matter who we are. We have that. Right?
The more you give, you get.
Yeah, so this money has become an evil thing. It has, right? So evil. Everybody's shy when they talk about money. When I start to pay people, I want to pay less. When I get paid, I want to rip off this person. Give me more money, right? It has totally outplayed us, right? And then you think about it. What? I mean, some people build this machine, crank out this paper. It's become money. It's amazing to think about it, right? So money has become a common denominator, and the essence of a common denominator need to be recorrected, recalibrated, so it becomes most healthy, you know. And people say, okay, let's do barter trade, this and that. Yeah, that's good, but that's not the point still, right? It's the whole individual by individual put together this whole collective conscious as a family, as a community, as a nation, as a whole global, you know, whatever. We need to stop this disorder that how we relate to other being, how we relate to this planet, right? So in the original teaching in the Bible, it says these animals are your kids. They are no different than your kids. Alright? You are caretaker of all these animals. Yeah. Buffalo, this and all these animals are like your kids. I will give you the flowers, the seeds, the fruits, and the veggies.
God saying.
Yeah, God said that. This sounds like God saying this. Nobody would argue with this, right? So that's the original God, which is each of us. Because when you get this cup of tea, you close your eyes, you start to talk just like this God. You will talk to anybody just like that, without any ego. But who else you can talk to other than yourself?